Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is episode number 44, and in this episode we're going to be getting the boss key. Almost called it the B key, as I almost always do. But anyway, the first step is using Farore's Wind to go back to the area where we raise the water level. Well, I guess in this case it's lower the water level down to the first level, so that's the first step. After we do that, we're going to jump down and, oh wow, amazingly not get hurt there. I almost always hurt myself. I don't know how I managed that. Maybe it's because I hit the wall in an interesting way. I don't know what's going on. Alright, after lowering it down to the first level, we're going to enter this room again where we actually raise it to the second level. This is where the small key was. And we want to hookshot up to that panel on the wall. Instead of raising the water level, what we want to do is aim for the gold skulltula, however you want to say it. I say skulltula sometimes, I say skulltula other times. Anyway, now with our upgraded long shot, we can kill the skulltula from here and also obtain the token. Now we're going to raise the water level up to the second level. And of course that's by playing Zelda's Lullaby. And we've done this so many times now that it's just becoming second nature. Like I said, this temple is so annoying. It's very repetitive, and it's actually a very small temple. It's not very large at all, and most of it all goes and weaves in and out of the central room. So it's really not a big temple. It's more confusing than anything else. Anyway, what we're going to do here is, now that we have the long shot, also complete this area. We can shoot the eye switch with our bow, and I hear Tektites. I hear you jumping after me. You're not going to get to me. Ah, crap. I think I just diffused through the wall there, but that's okay. I'm not complaining. I like having superpowers, and so does everyone else. Okay, after you make it through there, you're going to reach this block, and you're going to want to push it just right in front of you. And that reveals a little tiny room on your right with a small chest that contains a small key. Yay, back to the main room. The first thing we want to do is raise the water level up to the third level yet again. And I didn't do a very good job of avoiding that spider, did I? But then again, I very rarely do. Those spiders have a knack for finding me. I swear, they have Linkdar. I just went around in a circle. Okay, so this is the entrance to the temple, actually, if you use the long shot over there, but that's not what I wanted to show you, but I guess it worked out that ended up happening. What we want to do is go through the door that required a small key earlier, and it takes you back into that room with the moving pillars, and of course, don't forget about the keys as they respawn every time you go out of this room. Why are we back here? Because this is just going to lead us to where Dark Link was. We're actually not going to stay in here for very long. You want to jump down to the first platform and use your long shot to take down the gold skulltula on the right hand side of the room. And keep in mind that you can't get that until you get the long shot upgrade. The regular hook shot doesn't reach. Back to the main room. Okay, you want to lower the, not lower the water level. Make sure that the water level is raised all the way up to the third level as it was before. So we didn't really touch anything. On the bottom floor on the west room, if you go through, you can use the hook shot. And now that we have the long shot, we can long shot over these spikes. And that will allow us to reach this locked door. Once we go through the locked door, oh crap, I didn't take off my boots. Take off the boots, Link. Take off the boots. There we go. We get into this other room with a bunch of Tektites. There's 6 of them. And there's rolling boulders that seemingly want to push us into the vortexes that are throughout the room. So, the first thing that I recommend you do, despite it being very time-consuming, I suggest that you get rid of all of these Tektites, because they will be the death of you. They will cause you to run into the boulders, which will push you into the vortex. And there's no sense in starting this room over, because it's not that difficult of an obstacle to get past in the first place. So, yes, What do we have? 3 down. Stop jumping. Gosh, it's just an arrow in your eye. Calm down, Nancy. And we have 1 more. I'm wasting a lot of arrows here. I don't know why I'm not hitting with every shot. I should be. I should be a master archer. Oh well. I'm not very good with this controller for one reason or another. That's right, I blame the controller. Couldn't be my skills, of course. So jump into the water, and you're pretty much just going to be battling the water currents here. And if you keep pressing B, like what we learned from the Gossip Stone, you can actually wade through the water very slowly but surely. And if you find that that is just taking way too long, you can always equip your iron boots and then unequip them once you get to the desired area, which in this case is going to be, ouch, not there, but there, this platform here, we can go through the door, and this is going to lead us into an interesting room. I suppose they're all interesting rooms, but you're going to watch out for these stingers. Definitely watch out for them, because once they come out of the water and start flying around, they are dangerous, and they're even worse in the water. So first step, even if you don't wake them up, so to speak, or attract their attention by falling into the room, make sure you kill all of them, because if you don't, that could cause a problem. Okay, so over here, there is a crack in the wall. So by now, we've realized that that means that we need to pull out our bombs. And I'm going to use this opportunity to break open these jars. They also have bombs in them, so that is kind of a clue that we're going to need to use bombs here. And I thought I could be cool and throw a bomb across the way there, but it just did not work out. So I guess I'm going to have to push this through, and then I'll go back around the other side and blow up the wall with a bomb. Whatever. It's all good. This one actually doesn't have a crack in it, so it's a little bit less conspicuous, but the other wall on the opposite side does have a pretty decent sized crack, so that you can figure out what you're doing. So you're going to want to pull this block all the way through, and there should be a switch that you want to hit with the block, so it should kind of fall into the right place. And oh wait, I think I did it on the wrong side. I did. Okay, we need to push the block through. So I made the mistake of putting the block on the wrong side, so I had to push it all the way around the other side. You do have to do some maneuvering back and forth and jumping across and like pushing and pulling in order to get it in the right area. But once you do that, you can push it off the ledge onto the switch that is underwater. And I went backwards and through the wrong door. Crap. That means the stingers are going to be back. You don't have to do the whole room all over again, but you will have to kill the stingers, and holy crap, you guys did not waste any time, did you? But I killed them all in like 1 hit. That was cool. Okay, so make sure you go to the room that's on the west side, and when I'm using all these compass directions, you're going to be looking at the mini-map on the right, which, of course, the yellow arrow is you, the red arrow is the room that you came from, so you can kind of figure out what's going on that way. So, when you hit that switch, water geysers will appear and kind of shoot out of the ground to allow you to get across to the other side. But there's Tek-Teks on the other side waiting to ruin your day by jumping on you. If you shoot them with an arrow, one of them will most likely jump off of the edge, and he can't get you from down there. The other one you can kill if you want, or try to see if you can lure him off the edge. It doesn't matter. I almost missed that jump. That would have been bad. But you can jump across pretty easily. Once you do that, you get into another like tunnel-like room that kind of seems like it's underground, and you'll see that there are giant boulders falling from the ceiling and that fall through the path. Crap, I don't know how I avoided that. I just have amazing superpowers today. There's a golden skulltula on the wall that you can use your long shot for. Then I suggest just targeting the token, and I'm not going to get out of the way of that one. That's alright. You do not want to just fall down, because that room we've already been to. So what you want to do is jump into this area under where the golden skulltula was and equip the iron boots to fall down, and you can walk through the cavern below. But watch out, there's a shell blade right around the corner that apparently I was not suspecting was going to be there. So, I actually needed those arrows. Dang, I was down to 9 from shooting all those Tektites and missing a lot of Tektites. Get rid of the iron boots and you can float up to the surface. And there's going to be one more locked door, so make sure you have all the small keys that you need. Otherwise, we'll be doing a lot of backtracking, like what we were doing earlier. That's going to take us to a small room with nothing in it but a couple of jars and the boss key. And now that we have that, we are ready to finish this temple, and that's what we're going to be doing in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for episode number 45. Game on!